I'm Rebecca of Pocketful of Poseys. The holiday season is upon us, and I decided for this week's project I would make some Christmas presents and some ornaments. For my first project, I decided to make a Hussif or a housewife, and I used a pattern from Willoughby and Rose, and I will link her page down below as well as her YouTube channel because she has a great YouTube channel and some really wonderful sewing projects and tutorials. And then I also made some handmade, well, I used the machine for one, some ornaments, and I found those on Etsy, and I will link that shop down below. Unfortunately, I don't know how to pronounce the name of it, but it will be linked down below for all of you who are interested. So without further ado, let's get into these handmade holiday projects. Here we go. To start construction of the Hussif, which I will be giving as a Christmas present to someone, I first cut out a little rectangle of wool to use as a needle keeper. Kate's instructions are very clear and easy to follow, and I really enjoyed this project. I pinned and cut out the body of the Hussif, then I repeated that for the lining fabric. This is a great project for making use of scraps and small pieces of fabric. I next cut out 4 pocket pieces with different fabrics. My last piece to cut out was the end piece. Following the pattern instructions, I made a small double fold on one long edge of each pocket piece. I pinned them in place before ironing. I also turn and basted a single fold of the opposite side of the pocket pieces except the one placed at the bottom of the Hussif, as well as turning and basting a single fold on the straight edge of the rounded end piece. After hemming one long edge of each pocket piece, I pinned them all and the needle keeper to the lining and sewed the bottom of each pocket to the lining with a whip stitch. I also secured the needle keeper with a whip stitch. I then pinned the body to the lining and basted around the edges of the entire Hussif. I used dark green bias tape and pinned it around the edges of the Hussif. I then sewed the binding down on both sides with a whip stitch. Finally, I attached ribbon to the top of the Hussif to use as ties. experimented with filling it with sewing supplies, rolled it up, and tied the ribbon, just to check to see how it would look. For my next project, I made Christmas ornaments. Hercules was helpful. I started with a 2-color ball ornament. Hercules helped me measure the pieces I needed. Lucius lent his aid as well. I needed 2 strips of one design and 2 strips of a contrasting design. The next step is to attach 2 contrasting pieces together. These ornaments can 100% be sewn by hand, and in fact I did a different ornament by hand, but I opted for speed on this first one. I sewed both sets of contrasting pieces. I then laid out the pattern piece following the directions and cut out 4 pattern pieces using line A. Then I used line B on the other piece and cut 4 of those. So then I had 8 pieces total with the seam line going opposite directions. Hercules loves to assist with reading instructions. We got to work assembling by pinning the A and B pieces right sides together. Then I sewed each of them along one side. Lucius helped me pin the newly sewn pieces to each other, right sides together. I went to the machine and sewed one side of those pieces. Now we have created 2 halves of the ornament, and it's time to pin them together. I sewed around the pinned pieces, leaving an opening to turn and stuff. Time to stuff! I used regular old polyfill. I closed the opening with a very sloppy ladder stitch. Also, I didn't use enough stuffing, but c'est la vie. I, out of focus, attached some embroidery floss to use as a hanger. Lastly, to decorate the ornament, I went around the seams between the contrasting fabrics and added some stitches with embroidery floss. I also made a patchwork ball by hand, but I didn't film that because I was sitting on the couch. These projects were fun, easy, and relaxing, and I really enjoyed making them. Maybe you will too! Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you spending your time with me, and I hope that you all have a lovely holiday season. And I will see you again in our next video. I have some other holiday and gift projects coming up, and I'm really excited to share those with you. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't yet. If you'd like to support the channel further, I do have a Ko-fi account, and that is linked down below. I will see you next time on our next sewing adventure. Bye!